first campaign. Over to Vidi. Okay, the updates, please.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. So I've updated the funnel, and generally our funnel is pretty healthy on top to bottom. There are only slight decrease, I believe, in the instant book, and also the review conversion also dropped by a little bit. But of course, as mentioned before, for the instant for the review conversion particularly, will because there's checkouts, I believe there are still time to like catch up to the number. While for the instant book, Kagani is working on some suggestions from Joy regarding the terminology such as staycation, high-speed internet, as well as work from home, as well as the buy Bukit Vista, and he has started to apply that to some listings. But also from Kagani's funnel, there are also increase. There's also increase in inquiry rate and also the inquiry conversion rate. And this inquiry conversion rate is also helped by the fact that we also converting inquiries outside of Airbnb to direct booking. And also there is additional question from Mr. Jing, right? So our funnel is looking good, but why is our revenue constant, right?
Yep.
It's actually because one of the reason actually on the 16th of October, actually we have 15 bookings during that day. So that's the highest this month, but it's not recorded on Tableau yet. If you look at Tableau, it's actually empty.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah.
And that's because during the 16th, our database is actually down, and therefore the exchange rate is not loaded into the database. Therefore, Tableau has trouble converting it to data, basically. But it has been fixed by Kabayu, and he will try to force refresh the database right now, because we have just discovered it like earlier this afternoon.
Okay.
So yeah, that's generally.
Over to Vidi real quick for some questions. Does that mean that the current revenue is underreported or
Underreported, yeah.
okay? All right. So we should be actually seeing a little bit more. Okay. I did ask Lilith the same question because I saw that on Tableau our weekly sales dropped. It was quite significantly. It looks like it went back up again. Okay. We're up to 21 now, I think.
Yeah, and also because the cancellation rate is actually picking up. Therefore, without the bookings from that 16th of October, we
Yep.
actually dropped by a little bit. And although we increased by a little bit, but we also dropped. So there's a cancellation is starting to pick up. But with that 15 bookings, actually our revenue is higher than that. I believe it just increased by 2,000.
Yes, I see. Okay, so if I'm seeing this correctly now, I'm seeing that we have about 21,800 of revenue for October, which is good. And then for last week, we did about 8,000 of revenue, which is actually better than what it was before, because before it was around 6,000. So I believe the database part is cleared for both the weekly sales and the monthly revenue. But the booking pace on October 16th still shows zero bookings. So I think that part might not have been fixed yet. Okay, for everyone who just entered here, we're looking good on the campaigns, but the question I posed to Vidi was, why are we looking good in campaigns and the overall revenue isn't moving? But apparently there was some technical issue that was under reporting, so that's
Yes,
a good sign.
underreported.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It looks to me that all parts of the funnel are doing good. You have almost like okay, top of funnel went up by, what is 50 divided by 680? It looks actually pretty good. It's like 8%, I think. About 7% increase on the top of funnel. Middle funnels are also going up, end funnel is going up, and then, yes, like you just mentioned, the bottom funnel probably needs a little bit more attention. You have an inquiry chart here, and I made a suggestion video, right? So,
Yep.
okay, let me kind of, wait, excuse me. Sorry for that. Okay, on your inquiry chart, I see that there's essentially a few categories. There's no responses, spam, direct, follow up, technical. So I propose we simplify this a little bit, kind of meta it. So just give me three categories, right?
Yep.
One is what have we fully optimized and can optimize no more? What is we have not optimized yet? And what is not possible to optimize? Okay, so
Okay,
that we
noted, sir.
we can see where we need to focus in. This is good information, but I need also insight from the information too as well.
Yep.
So we know where to spend our energies. And I did ask for just an example of each of the top I think, three categories. Can you show me what a no response looks like? Can you show me what a spam looks like? Show me what a direct looks like, so that
Yep.
we get a little bit more context around that. Um,
Okay.
okay, and thank you for that. And oh, okay, I see. You've also screenshotted a database figure, I guess, right, for the inquiries on the. Okay, great. So I see that our top 10 listings are all been CSC certified.
Yes, already. So there are a lot of activity in the CSC part,
Okay,
and we actually have 100 properties already registered from
okay,
community side, and it's
fantastic.
also been updated in the Tableau figure.
Excellent. Can you tell community we sent our thank you for that, for
Yep, yep, yep. Notice,
getting that
sir.
right? Okay, that looks great. Thank you very much. This looks very steady. I see there's a comment from Lilith. Explain to Slack replying the flat number. Okay, also bug reported. Okay, Lilith, I guess, is that to me as you? Okay, all right.
Yes,
So,
yes,
Lilith,
that's
yes, I saw your explanation on Slack, but it was kind of confusing me for the first time. I don't know if there was an update on it. Maybe you can tell us a little bit again about what's happened. Yeah.
actually that's already explained by VD, but the things that I explained more detail to you is how much we get or we gain revenue on October 16th. So it's
Ah,
actually about 50 million, but we have cancellation.
I
I
see.
already what is that reduced the amount of revenue by the cancellation number. So basically, I would like to tell you that the revenue is actually improving, but there is no show in Tableau.
Okay, got it. So the question was on that the Slack what yesterday meant, but okay, I
Yeah.
understand that what you reported was for a single day, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, understood, understood. Okay, thank you for that, Lewis. Appreciate it, and everything looks good on this one. So, all right, we'll move to the next topic. Well, let me actually just open this up. Does anybody have any comments about the first campaign? Okay, if there's no comments, then we'll move. Oh, wait, Vidi looks like he was almost going to say something. Was that a yes or?
No, I'm just thinking. Yep,
Okay.
but it's okay.
If I'm doing okay, just to have everyone have like an idea of what I'm doing. This is a cross examination, so generally, um, I'm coming with the most number of questions about what a campaign should do. But if you would like, and this means you, meaning anybody, to cross examine as well, please feel free, right? The more number of questions we put to it, generally the stronger the campaign and the more reliable the campaign will be over time. So if you can think of any good questions to ask, please raise it. I'm trying to think of all the questions, but eventually I might run out and somebody else might have some better questions. Okay, that's just set the stage. Next is Booking.com. There's no champion for Booking.com, so I'll just ask Lewis. Lewis, who's the champion for Booking.com?
Actually, that's me, but I don't know. Is there anyone that
Oops. Okay, somebody removed Lewis. I think that might be a
I
power
don't know?
struggle.
That's me.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know.
I see,
Confused.
I see you're back now, Lewis. Okay, great. So let's have the update on Booking.com, please.
Thank you very much. So actually, there is no much improvement on this. The registration for the page view program improvement already done for the certified properties, and actually for that the page view is increasing like 25%, but there is no there is no significant conversion from that. So
I see.
that's basically the data that I should dig dive into of what is actually the cause of that.
I see.
And then the cancellation is getting no. Where's my analysis? The cancellation is actually stop, or I mean there is no improvement again, and no additional review. Even Cynthia already asked for the response, the guest. I mean.
Okay, understood. So what I'm looking here is I see the cancellation rate is actually improving, right? Because it's going down two and a half percent, and there doesn't seem to be enough corresponding activity in layer B of the funnel at the moment, right? Given that we have quite a lot of activity in layer A, but no activity in layer B. Is that correct?
Mm, activity layer B. Yes, yes, sir. Correct.
Okay, so once again, I need a percentage for layer B And for the moment, as per the suggestion, I think on the last scrum, just tally up all the different numbers that we have in A1 to A4 and divide the instant books against that total number. And that will
Right.
be our conversion rate. That gives us at least something to track. You mentioned views earlier, but what
Yeah. Actually, I already write the analysis down, but where is it actually? I mean, I'm confused just now. Why is it not? I lost the things that I write down.
It might have been not saved, Lilith. In some particular cases, if you've written it down but you didn't save it, it might be floating on a Trello board somewhere.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry for that, sir. Actually,
Okay.
I already write down, and the views is actually the previously we have like 8,000, and then now we have like 32,000.
Okay.
30, yeah.
I need to get some clarity around views because what I recall last time was that we weren't tracking views because views were too hard to track. So now we're tracking views, or are we not tracking views again? Lilith, we need your decision.
I'm tracking views.
Okay.
Yes, I will track view best, but the confusion of that is actually I can track views and report how many booking that happened during the last 30 days.
Okay.
That's actually the conversion from views to instant book, but actually the instant book number is last 30 days, not from the starting date of our campaign.
I see. Okay, got it. Right. I think we had spoken about at some point we would get that ratio up. Okay, all right. So it's a little bit hard to see that. So we have about 32,000 views, but not exactly 30 days ago, and we have 17 bookings, but 30 days ago. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Okay, just I guess use that statistic for now, Lilith. Just kind of indicate that is not. I guess the correct word video would be phase match. The phases aren't exactly correct because one phase is a little bit ahead of the other phase. I'll go to Vidi for terminology here. What exactly would we call that? A phase
Yeah.
match?
Somewhat like a face match, but yeah, as we discussed before previously in Airbnb, it's a bit difficult because we don't have the complete data for that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
But eventually, at the 30th day, we will get the exact number.
Okay, Lilith, I just need clarity then on this percentage because it's important that we understand it. Are we getting better or worse, right, from time to time? So, based on what you know today, and just kind of like trying to keep things as consistent as possible, is it better that we start reporting the 30-day views or not? And if not, is there a better way that we can report our input versus our output?
Yes, sir. Perhaps if you want to do that, we can report the last 30 days. But as I said before, it will the number will be going up or down because when today is last 30 days
Mhm.
and then tomorrow is last 30 days, the days will be different. Like
I see.
not,
Okay.
it's always last 30 days, so it will be
So we'll never have phase match that in this case.
yeah.
I
We
see.
will never have continuous.
Understood. Okay. In that particular case, Lilith, would it be better just to then report the total number of A activities rather than the total number of page views? Well, there is a gap then between whether the activities that we do in A actually influence the page views, but I do believe there's a positive correlation, right? I do believe the more times you register into Genius, the more views you would get. I do believe that the more time you offer travel promotions, the more views that you would get. So then we just simply look at what is our input into the system and what is the output, and we'll just black box the views.
Sure.
Okay, all right. Vinny, let me double check that with you. Does that sound like a reasonable approach at the moment? Because we're just
Yeah, that's kind of reasonable, but also maybe at the end of the month we can actually take the minus 30 days view, right? And then we can get the actual result.
okay. That sounds like a good idea. Lilith, let's update on the sync ups according to the plan that I just spoke about, right? Just add up all the A events divided by the B events, and that will give us what we see as a statistic. And then once a month, at the end of the month, you can report when everything is synced together. Then you can report 30 day to 30 day, and that way we can see what's going on. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for
Sounds good. Let's see. Okay, so I can't really tell if this is doing better or worse. Let me go to Lilith. Is this doing better or worse?
uh worse, I guess.
Okay. And what layer of the funnel would you suggest we work on to see improvement?
Um, the upper the top funnel for
Okay.
some promotions, new promotions, and also the bottom funnel, which is reviews.
Okay. All right.
Just two tests.
Okay, understood. So that goes over to then, let's see, who's working on your top of funnel? Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah.
So that goes to you and Cynthia. Cynthia's work is, in fact, driving top of funnel, I believe, as well, because reviews do essentially get us more traffic. So, yes, please work on that using either your existing program or a new program if you need to pivot to get us more top of funnel awareness. All right. Great. Let's go next to the Facebook probe listing. That's Lilith again. Lilith, your update, please.
Yeah. So for this funnel, as usual, the top of funnel is getting better activity here.
Mhm.
Since it is going up for the conversion and for the reservation, we actually have so many visits for two top properties, which is again Bali New Gading and also Bali Prime, but there is no conversion yet.
Okay.
And then for the checkout, it's still the same because because they are mostly long term guests. And then for the review on the Facebook, we still have two to reach out, but the response rate is pretty low. We only have one review from probe listing that is coming from the 1st October.
Okay, understood. Let me actually go quickly to Andre and Nadine. How many inspections have we had with no? What's our inspection to conversion rate? How many inspections have we had versus how many conversions have we had? In say since the first of the month, just roughly speaking.
It's actually a lot of inspections are. I mean, the conversion is yes, it's slow basically from visit to the conversion.
I need a number, Nadine. Would you say that we've had 10 inspections, 15, 20? Like what? If you were
Actually, we already discussed with Kalinis as well about the documenting the inspection actually, but it's actually hard to document it, sir. So we haven't figured it out how to document the inspection in a day.
see, okay, all right. Then I need your best estimate then.
Perhaps I can help Nadine.
Okay.
Just an example for today, we have 4 inspection for Bali Prime and New Gading, and then perhaps if we say that 2 until 4 in a day, so
Okay.
in a week we have like 15 perhaps.
Wow. Okay. All right. Do we have? Do we know if we're having leakages around our inspections at this point? Are the guests going back afterwards and making a private deal, or is it something else?
I will because the HR is more on the following up. Let's ask HR first, but I have actually some answer for that.
Okay, let's make sure because I believe these are new partnerships too, right? So
Yes.
a lot of new partnerships, I would not expect them to be very, let's say, honest about, let's say, an inspection that then we don't hear anything, and then there's sort of a private deal that happens that we don't know about. So for this type of thing, just knowing how things are, just based on experience, this is a possible leakage point. So if we're getting to inspections, but we're not able to convert past it, can we double check to make sure we don't have any leakages, meaning that we have direct deals there? For that, I would like, okay, over to Wayana.
So we have actually 3 deals already went through, like monthly for 3, and then it's like all from the visiting this same property don't think they are like doing something that sneaky.
The only way to check is to see what their calendar is after the inspection, right? So if after the inspection you see the calendar is full, then that would indicate that cause and effect, right? There could be a yes. Over to Andre.
Actually, the best practice that we have already with HR and also agreed with community is help. We need help from Rafiq and Dandy to, if we do some visit, if the guest having some visit, Nadine or us will notify the community and maybe we ask them to accompany the guest first. That's first
That
thing.
could be one. That could be
And
one.
the second one is after the guest check, after the guest do the visit, we can recheck, right? We check whether if the guest is already booked or whether if the guest is not choose yet. And I think from that we can know also whether if they say like, hey, we already booked like that, and then we have to make sure like you book with whom like that.
Okay. Here's what I want. Let's let the data do some of the talking here too as well, right? Vinny, Lilith, could you give me like what the inspection conversion? I don't know if you guys can measure this because once again, like I think Nadine just said, we're not keeping track. But can we get an idea of what a correct or what a likely conversion rate is of inspection to booking, right? If we get something that's really low, that can indicate that there's a problem there, right? If we get something that's a little bit higher, then we know that we're within range. Generally, I think it's about what? I don't know. Let's go to Nadine. What is your best estimate for what the conversion rate is? How many inspections do we do versus how many bookings do we regularly get?
Um, Actually, responding to the sneaky one is actually it's hard to find out actually like the initiative like traffic and F&B to accompany the guests to inspection is actually kind of hard because most of the inspection are last minute and not really traffic and F&B cannot really help for last minute inspection. But what I think is maybe we can set like one calendar for kind of like inspection calendar. So every inspection can be documented on the calendar.
Okay. Let me go over to Vidi and Lilith for this one, right? Currently, do you guys see or do you guys feel like we're sending a lot of inspections and not getting a appropriate number of bookings back from these inspections? I'll go to Lilith first, actually.
Maybe, yeah. First, I would like to commenting about the what is that? What we call it regarding the management for the outsourcing partner.
Mhm.
Actually, they are very cooperative. Like when the guests want to do transaction on the villa, they refuse it. They tell that you have to go back to your agent, and then we will let you in. That's actually I experienced by myself. So I believe if they are not forget, like because there's so many people that come to visit, they don't remember the name, and if we don't mention it, maybe they assume that that is their guest if we don't mention it. But as far as I know, HR doing good to communicate the on-site visit on the WhatsApp group. And then um for the system is actually for me it is good, but there's so many reasons of not choosing the property. First is about the price because sometimes they have the price at lower than 6 million. We
Okay.
have 6 million net for the property owner. I think me and Mowayan already talked to the owner that is actually that's the lowest net price that they can do because we have commission. Then we have to sell higher than 6 million. That's the first one, and the second one perhaps they don't really like the place. That's of course can be the reason, but I'm not documenting it as a statistical reason. Perhaps I will start doing that for some properties that have many on-site visit.
Okay, let's do this. Nadine, my expectation is let's say this for every 10 inspections, we should get at least one booking, right? I think that's a reasonable amount of traffic that converts over. So if we are getting, let's say, far above that, if we're getting like 15, 20 inspections and no booking, then I think we need to start examining why not. Because Lilith, your first reason, I don't necessarily agree with that they have a problem with the price. It has nothing to do with whether the inspection goes one way or the other, right? Because if they want to pay this much, whether you inspect it or not, it's still this much, right? But the second one, yes, there could be some changes in expectation after they see the actual property. We should probably check if I guess the calendar would be the best way to understand that, right? Does the calendar all of a sudden get full immediately after inspection, but somehow we don't know? We don't need to police this too much, but we shouldn't have any leaks. That's what I'm saying either, right? So if we do 20 inspections, we should get something out of it. If there's something that's not quite right, that would show up on a statistic rather than something to do with trust. Let me go over to Wyana. Your call on this one, babe. You're bringing in, I guess, a lot of the new partners, which this is
Mm-hmm.
where I guess the concern would be, right? Because new partners don't know us shit, and they don't really know us at all, right? So if we're throwing a guest their way and the guest wants to make a direct deal with them, what's your call? What's your idea?
I think from this on, so we should have like at least like agreement that they are not like what you call
Circumvention.
circumvention. So if this is our guest, they should like refer it back to us because that the way to start like doing business.
Okay.
Otherwise, we will not send you like any more guests to inspect
Okay.
to not promote your place anymore because it's not respectful to doing this kind of business. And then for the other part that it's a lot of this is new thing for all of us. I think thank you for the feedback and things that need to be more careful on the new people. So actually in the future we can like set it in upfront the expectation that what should be the rule between us and the guests.
Okay. All right. So, Wayne, I think that's a great idea, babe. You can go ahead and put that in contract, right, as a way of stopping that. Lily,
Yeah.
it's not to say that we believe or we don't believe, but we'll look at the numbers. I believe that after a certain number of inspections, there should be a deal. But if we keep on doing inspections and there's no deals, then there is probably something that's not quite right.
Okay. I think, and also there is a way for what you call from HAR, like after the inspection, it's always follow up. Hey, I understand that you visit the villa. How do you like it? And then from there you can determine. But for the Bali Prime and New Gading, it's one manager. It's like as Lily said before, like they always report it to us. Like if okay, this guest have this, okay, please collect the payment by yourself. We just want handling the guest. And also the manager is not involved like going to the villa itself. This each villa have a staff, so they are just the staff just show them the villa.
No doubt. Okay. I'm not saying any particular cases, but what I'm saying is right now, I think Vidi, Lilith, you guys can see, right? We have a blind spot in the funnel. So we don't know why reservations aren't happening even though we're getting top of funnel activity, right? So one of the potentials is that the blind spot is somewhere in the inspection process. So if we can't see it, we can't measure it, we can't manage it. So what I'm suggesting is that we probably should keep track of how many inspections are happening versus how many deals are happening. It should be like, I think if it's healthy, it should be like a melody, right? Like 5, 10 thing. Okay. You get, hey, Lilith, this is probably the easiest way to track it. How many number of inspections since our last booking,
Yeah, I think
right? The number of inspections since our last booking. If that number gets above 15, then there's potentially a problem, right? If that number is below 10 or whatever, let's say, then it's okay. If that number gets to 30, then that's probably something that's not happening, right? Does that sound good to you, Lilith?
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
Okay. And then that counter can get, Nadine, that counter can be reset every time we get a booking. So once it's booking, that counter goes back to 0 again. And then we just count the number of inspections until the next booking. And every time we get a booking, it goes to 0 again. That will allow us to keep track of, it's kind of like Jenga, right? How big is this tower getting? Okay. All right, cool. Secretary, let's go ahead and put that in. We'll trust everyone, but the numbers will show the truth, I think, in the end, right? So trust first, but the numbers verify. I think that's a KGB saying. Okay, let's keep on going. Sorry, I think I already went overtime a little bit, but over to Joseph. Joseph, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Joseph, updates on your campaign.
Oh, okay. So for the awareness part, I got uh, an agent from Ghani,
Okay.
the Airflow Travel, and they just posted a post with our brand on
Nice,
their Instagram.
nice. Okay, cool.
And then for transaction, there is no new transaction yet. And for the advocacy, I already got the feedback from the agent, but haven't inputted it yet because we have to input it manually. I mean, so for the summary, we are worse than last Friday.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the update, Joseph. Yeah, keep the top of funnel going, I guess, and find a way to convert more inquiries at the moment. I think if you get a few more inquiries converted out of that 50, then you'll be looking a little bit better. I noticed that most of our inquiry conversion is around that range, about 10 to 15. So, okay, across all campaigns. Let's go next to Instagram. Gunny, your update, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. So the update is got more activity on the bottom funnel. Guests send us the photos, review, and tag us. Thank you, HR team, to keep engaged with guests. And but no guest response. Okay, no guest response from guest anniversary tactic. Cynthia already tried it before, and I see that one agent from Joseph has a collaboration post with us. So they using the message from Instagram, from Jakarta to Bali, and then yeah, they get some pages. And then look like audience. Thanks to Tara for filtering the data, and so far we got 600 Indonesian contacts. Then VD will continue to filter more and match with the Facebook format audience. And the last is for the landing page. Thank you for Vira for improving the landing page. Looks cleaner now. And I'm planning to run an ad on Wednesday with a Christmas holiday or year-end holiday.
Okay, that actually looks really nice, by the way. Thank you very much. The new landing page is much cleaner,
Yeah.
and, and that's okay. That's kind of cool. But ooh, oops! You don't get any SEO benefits if you use pictures, though, Gunny. Did you realize that?
Oh yeah. Okay. Perhaps I can add the ALT text, sir. So
Okay.
like
Yeah, yeah, you might want to take a look at that. So you have a cleaner format, but right now you have no. Actually, I think even your headlines are not even words. Your headlines are pictures too as well. So you've probably lost your SEO benefits.
okay. Yeah, I was thinking about the SEO, sir. Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
but
Thank you.
as another suggestion, I like your layout. That actually looks pretty cool. I would put luxury properties above the fold because luxury properties produce the most income, and they should be where people see them right nice at the top. Currently, they're below the fold. They're in fact three scrolls away. So,
Okay.
just as a suggestion to improve your conversion rates. Let's see. Okay, that actually looks pretty cool. Good stuff there. I think it should probably get higher performance on that. Let's go over to Vidi. Vidi, you'll be sending some of these contacts back to Ghani. What exactly is Ghani? What exactly is Vidi cleaning up for you?
So you send the two data on the paper, right? On the discussion management paper.
Yeah.
So I think Tara filtering on the first data, and then the VD will continue the second because there is a lot of data there, right? So Tara need to sort out the non-guest
Okay.
content.
All right. Once you got that, I'd like you to go ahead and start posting on Instagram. Thank you very much, Lois. We have a long weekend coming up, October. Hey, right across Halloween. Oh wow, that's a double Halloween and long weekend.
Oh.
Ooh, cool. Yeah. Nobody celebrates Halloween, right? So, okay, except us. We celebrate Halloween. So, what I'd like this to do is this then, Gunny. Can you create a ad campaign on Instagram for the long weekend using our lookalike audience so that way we have a higher conversion rate, or we would expect a higher conversion rate because we have audience alignment. And overall, are you doing better or worse on this campaign than the last time?
Better, sir.
Okay, better because why?
Because the bottom funnel is getting up.
Okay, yep, I have no. Everything is doing better except the revenue part.
Yeah, it's stagnant. But last week, yeah, we got.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed everything is up except the reservations. So, who's processing your reservations at this point? I think it's Andre, right? Andre, tell me about the kind of leads that you're getting. Are these any quality leads that you're getting on Instagram, or does Andre need to be more persuasive on his layer of the funnel? Over to Andre.
Okay, thank you, sir. So basically, we have no newest inquiry for that. But what I always believe is that maybe like what luxurious property or property with good view or something will generate more inquiry. That's what I believe, because that's what currently happen on the Instagram as well. So, but for now, there's no update about the inquiry, sir. So
Okay.
no update.
Got it. I do see that you and Nadine are hosting inquiry workshops, and just out of curiosity, is that translating into higher inquiry conversion rates on your side? Over to Nadine.
The inquiry workshop, sir?
Yes.
Yes, it's helped. Basically.
Okay. And I guess the numbers will show. Yeah. On the next HER Scrum. How often do you have it, Nadine? Just out of curiosity.
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay. All right. That's it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So that's pretty much it. Thank you all for coming in. I think we're done. Does anybody have any final thoughts? No. Oh yeah. I propose. Should we just make it 40 minutes? I mean, when do we ever actually get it done in 30 minutes? Right? It's very rare. Okay, so I'll go ahead and change the schedule and make it 40 minutes on Mondays and Fridays, yeah, for our scrum. And let me hang in the room with Vidya and Lilith for just a moment. Everyone else, you guys can go back to what you were doing before. I'll see everyone on Friday for this particular matter. Yeah, I'll see you guys on all hands tomorrow, of course, but for BI Friday.